Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. How are you? I hope you'll be fine. This is Cambridge Lower Secondary Book 7, chapter number 15, Shapes, Area and Volume. And today we are going to do exercise 15.1, question number 8, where we learn converting between units of area. And let's see how are we going to do this question. So for that, watch the video till the end. Do not skip the video. In this video, we are provided with a compound shape, or you can say it's a composite shape, having two different shapes combined together. These type of shapes are called compound or composite figures. So in these type of shapes where we have to find out the area, so it's very simple. What we have to do at first, we will simply cut down the shape into two parts. That is, if I will draw a line like this, my shape will turn into two different rectangles. This one would be rectangle 1 and this one would be rectangle 2. So now, if I will find the area of the rectangle 1 and rectangle 2 separately, and then at the end, when I will add them up, I will come up with the total area of this given figure. So there are two ways that I can cut this shape into two figures. That is, I can draw this horizontal line, or I can draw a line over here as well. So let's do this question using both the methods, and let's see if we will get the same answer or not. So starting with this method where I have drawn a horizontal line. So you can see that I have got a triangle where this is the base, right? And in this base, we can say that this line is parallel to the line above, which is 10 centimeters. So the length of this line would also be 10 centimeters. And the breadth is given as 32 millimeters. So there is a change that first we are provided with centimeters in the length, and for the breadth, we are provided with the breadth in millimeters. So since we have to find out the answer both in millimeters and centimeters, so let us first find out the answer in centimeters, and then we will find the answer in millimeters. So for rectangle 1, length is equals to 10 centimeters, and 10 multiplied by 10 is equals to 100 millimeters. I'm not showing the calculation since 10 multiplied by 10 is equals to 100 millimeters. Or you can write the scale over here that 1 centimeters is equals to 10 millimeters. So whatever centimeters you are provided with, you can simply convert it into millimeters by multiplying it by 10. And if the millimeters are given like in part, the breadth is given in millimeters, so we can write it as 3.2 centimeters is equals to 32 millimeters. Why? Because if I'm provided with a millimeter, how can I convert it? Simply by dividing it with 10. So when I will divide it, the 0 will connect with the 2, and here comes 1. So a point will come between 3 and 2, and it becomes 3.2 centimeters. Okay. And I have written the values both in centimeters and millimeters, so that when I will calculate the area in centimeter square, I will use these figures. And when I will find the area in millimeter square, then I will use these figures. Okay. And same, so let us find the area. Area is equals to 10 multiplied by 3.2 is equals to 32 centimeter square, or is equals to 100 multiplied by 32 is equals to 3200 millimeter square. Or you can do one more thing. Instead of finding the area separately in millimeter square, we know that 1 centimeter square is equals to 100 millimeter square. On one hand, 1 centimeter is equals to 10 centimeters, but when we square the quantities, the units will also be squared. So 1 centimeter square is equals to 100 millimeter square. So if we are provided with 32 centimeter square, we can easily convert it into millimeter square by multiplying it with 100. So the answer will be 3200 millimeter square directly. So this is the area of rectangle 1. Let us keep it separate. And then let's find out the area of the rectangle 2 the same way. For rectangle 2, the length is given as, it's not given. So how can we find the length of rectangle 2 since we are provided with the length of both the rectangle 1 and rectangle 2, which is 5 centimeters, as you can see over here. From top to bottom, it is 5 centimeters. So how can I figure out that what would be the length of rectangle 1 and what would be the length of rectangle 2? So if I have to find out the length of rectangle 1, what will I do? I will look at the opposite side. If you look over here, the length given are parallel. So it's 32 millimeters out of 5 centimeters, which is 50 millimeters. 32 millimeters belongs to R1. So R2 is equals to 50 minus 32. Why? Because some part of 5 centimeter is above, it's over here, and the other part is below. For the above part, we are already provided with the opposite side, which is 32 millimeters. So this part would be 50 minus 32. That is why we have done this subtraction to find out the breadth of rectangle 2. So the length of rectangle 2 is already given, which is 20 millimeters. And if we will divide it with 10, so we will get 2 centimeters. And for the breadth, what we have to do? The breadth will be 18 millimeters. Why? Because we have already done it over here. That is 50 minus 32. Okay. So it will be 1.8 centimeters. So how can we find the area now? Simple. Area is equals to 2 multiplied by 1.8, which is 3.6 centimeter square. And then we can multiply it with 100 to get the answer in millimeters, which will be 360 millimeter square. Or you can do it separately. How? Multiply 20 with 18. So the answer will be 360 directly. Both are correct. Okay. Now, since we have found the area of rectangle 1 and rectangle 2, now we have to find out the total area. In part A, we have to find out the total area in millimeter square. So we will take the figures in millimeter square, which will be 3200 millimeter square for R1 and 360 millimeter for R2, which will be 3560 millimeter square. And for centimeter square, what we will do? We will take the figures of centimeter square, which is 32 for the first one and 3.6 for the second one. So when we will add the two, we will get the answer as 35.6 centimeter square. And now you can verify it that when we will multiply 35.6 centimeter square with 100, the answer will be 3560 millimeter square. This is how we can easily find out the area of this composite figure. Or if you want, you can take the figures like this by making a vertical line over here. So by doing this, what will happen? This will be the R1 and this one will be the R2. The dimensions for R1 would be 20 millimeters by 5 centimeters, or you can say 20 millimeters by 50 millimeters, right? And for R2, it will be, now we are provided with 10 centimeters, the length starting from R1. It includes R1 and R2 both. And if we want to find out the length of only R2, we will see that the length of R1 is 20 millimeters. So the length of R2 would be 10 multiplied by 10, that is 100 minus 20, which is 80. So the length of R2 will be 80 millimeters. and the breadth is already given, which is 32. So what are we going to do? We will multiply 20 by 50, which is 1000 millimeters square, and 80 multiplied by 32 is equals to 2560 millimeters square. And when will you add them? The answer will again be 3200 and 3560, which is the same that we have got over here. And if we will divide it with 100, so the answer would be 35.6 centimeter square. In the next question, we are provided with a statement that Zara says an area of 0.25 meter square. They are saying area of 0.25 meter square is the same as 25,000 millimeter square. For this, we have to understand the convergence between them. If we talk about the convergence, 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeters. Okay, but 1 meter square is equals to 10,000 centimeter square. Okay, the zeros will be doubled. Similarly, if we talk about 1 centimeter, so the relation between centimeter and millimeter is equals to 10. But if we talk about 1 centimeter square is equals to 100 millimeter square. Okay, so taking these two, 1 meter is equals to 100 multiplied by 10, that is 1000 millimeters. This is the relation between meter and millimeters, but they are talking about meter square and millimeter square. So now we are going to take these two, 1 meter square and 1 centimeter square to millimeter square. It would be 1 meter square is equals to 10,000 multiplied by 100, which is 1 million with 6 zeros. Millimeter square. It means 1 meter square is equals to 1 million millimeter square. These are the conversion rates that if you will practice how to convert them would help you out in all your questions. But if you cannot learn how to convert them, then you have to memorize the formulas that 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeters, 1 centimeter is equals to 10 millimeters, 1 meter is equals to 1000 millimeters, right? These three conversions, and then their metric, their square conversion, that is 1 meter square is equals to 10,000 centimeter square, 1 meter square is equals to 1 million millimeter square. Okay, after that, what we have to do, we will simply convert 0.25 into millimeter square by multiplying it with 1 million. Okay, when we will multiply it with 1 million, just focus on the decimal point. There are 6 zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The decimal will move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It will come over here. Okay, so we have to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 zeros, and the answer will be 250,000 millimeter square. It means 0.25 meter square is equals to 250,000 millimeter square. And what answer they have provided us? They have provided us with 25,000. It means that an area of 0.25 meter square is not the same as 25,000 millimeter square, and that the statement of Zara is incorrect. The correct answer is 250,000 millimeter square, or 250,000 millimeter square. Now let's do the next question, where this is 7 is going to lay tiles on the floor of his bathroom. The diagram shows the dimensions of the floor and the dimensions of one tile. Okay, so 7 is basically laying tiles on the floor of his bathroom, where the dimensions of the floor are given as 2 meters by 1.6 meters. This is the total area of the bathroom, 2 meters by 1.6 meters. Then they are saying the dimension of one tile is given as 20 centimeters. So the dimension of each tile is given in centimeters, and that of the bathroom is given in meters. So they're saying show that Civil needs 80 tiles to cover the bathroom floor. How can we find this one? What do we have to do? First, we have to find out that what is the difference between the area of this tile and that of the bathroom floor. So what we will do, we will take the bathroom floor first. And find the area of the bathroom floor. What is the area of the bathroom floor? Length multiplied by breadth. So the length is given as 2 meters and breadth is given as 1.6. We will multiply 2 with 1.6 and the answer will be 3.2 meter square. Okay, we have found the area in meter square and we know 1 meter square is equals to 10,000 centimeters square. So we will multiply 3.2 with 10,000. When we will multiply 3.2 with 10, the answer will be 32 and then comes 3 zeros. So the answer will be 32,000 centimeter square. So this is the total area of the bathroom floor. Now let's talk about the area of the tile. Which is 20 by 20. 20 multiplied by 20. So the total area of one tile would be 2 2s are 4 and 0 0, 400 centimeter square. So if the area of one tile is 400 centimeter square and that of the total floor is 32,000, so the number of tiles required would be since both the areas are in centimeter square, so we can compare it. And it will be 32,000 upon 400. 1 0 will cut 1 0, 1 0 will cut 1 more 0. 4 ones are 4, 4 8s are 32 and comes 0. It means yes, number of tiles that are required would be 80. 80 tiles. You see? And now we can prove it that the area of one tile is 400 centimeter square, right? The area of one tile is 400 centimeter square. So the area of 80 tiles would be 8 fours are 32,000. And we have already found that the area of this bathroom floor is 32,000 centimeter square. So hence proved that yes, the area of this bathroom floor is 32,000 centimeter square. So if we will lay 80 tiles into this bathroom, it will perfectly fit into it. Now they're saying discuss with your partner and other members of the class the method you use to show part A. And then did all of you use the same method? Which method do you think is the best? So you can use other methods as well. Like you can take this method, like you will find the area of the small tile and then you can multiply it directly with 80 to find out that are you getting the same area as the bathroom floor or not. And then you can later find the area of the bathroom floor. So there are multiple methods to solve each and every question in mathematics, and you can go for any of the one that you like or the most convenient one. So we have completed till question number 10. Inshallah, in the next video, we are going to share a few more questions. Until then, take care. If you are new to my channel, do subscribe to it and don't forget to share it with your friends as much as you can. Thanks for watching the video till the end. Take care.